Assalamu alaikum students. Today's lecture is about personal pronouns and its different types. What is a personal pronoun and what are its different categories? Let's have a look in detail. Yes, a personal pronoun is the pronoun or the word that is used instead of a noun. Or we can say a pronoun replaces a noun. For example, Ali is absent because Ali is ill. But it is better to avoid the repetition of the noun, and we can also say Ali is absent because he is ill. So here the word he has replaced the noun Ali, and we can say that he is a personal pronoun. Have a look at the examples. Here some examples are given. I am young, we are young, you are young, they are young, he or she is young. I, we, you, he, she, it. They are all called personal pronouns because they stand for any of the following three types of persons. We are young. The person speaking, and secondly the person spoken to, and the person spoken of. So these three categories represent, or these three types stand for different types of pronouns. Now we can further subdivide them into pronouns of first and second persons. The pronoun I and we, which denote the person or persons speaking, are said to be personal pronouns of first person. Or we can say in simple words, the pronoun that stand for the persons who are talking or who are speaking, they are called pronouns of first person. The pronoun you, which stands for the person spoken to or to whom somebody has talked to, is called personal pronoun of second person. You is used both here in singular and plural. So we can say that I and we are pronouns of first person and you is the pronoun of second person. Now come to the pronouns of third person. The pronouns he, she, and they, which stand for the persons to whom we are speaking of or about whom we have talked about, are said to be personal pronouns of third person. It, although it stands for the things spoken of, or rather than persons, it represents things. It is also called a pronoun of third person. The personal pronouns of third person are actually demonstrative pronouns as well because they indicate about the things or demonstrate certain things. Now let's have a look in detail about the pronoun it. The pronoun it is used for things without life or that do not have any life. Here is your book, take it away. For animals, unless we clearly wish to speak of them as male or female, he loved his dog and cannot do without it. The horse fell and broke its leg. Thirdly, we use the pronoun it for a young child, unless we clearly wish to refer to its sex, as when I saw the child, it was crying. The baby has torn its clothes. Fourthly, it refers to some statement going before, as he is telling what is not true, and he knows it. The horse fell and broke its leg. And next, as a provisional and temporary subject before the verbs to be when the real subject follows. For example, it is easy to find fault, or we can say to find fault is easy. So here it has been used as temporary subject for the verb that is still to come. It is doubtful whether he will come. Sixthly, it is used to give emphasis to the nouns or pronouns that will follow it. It was you who began to quarrel. Another example is, it was I who first protested. And next example is, it is an ill wind that blows nobody good. And another use of it is used as an indefinite nominative of an impersonal verb. For example, rain, snow, and thunder or other weather conditions. It rains, it snows, it thunders. So here it performs the function of indefinite nominative or subjective pronoun for impersonal verb. The pronoun here seems to stand for no noun, whatever, though this can be really supplied from the verb. Thus, it rain means the rain rains. It is used. It it so used is called an impersonal pronoun. So also the verb rain here is called impersonal verb. In speaking of weather or the time, it is again used as impersonal pronoun. It is fine. It's winter. It's 10 o'clock. Now, students, you are given here a list of examples, and what you have to do is point out the pronoun and say for what each stands. Yes, first you have to underline the pronouns that are used in these examples. Then, after underlining these pronouns, you have to find out or write in your notebooks for which noun they stand for. Yes, the next here is again another activity for you. You have to use in place of nouns where you can use any pronoun. You are given the examples, you can use the pronouns in place of nouns, and you are going to do it in your notebook again. Another activity for you is write the correct form of pronoun in the following. You would again do this activity in your notebook. Now we are going to discuss another category of pronouns that is very commonly used in language, and they are relative pronouns. Here few examples are given what relative pronouns can be. I met Hari. Hari had just returned. I have found the pen. I had lost the pen. Here is the book. You lent me the book. Now let's combine the sentences or the pair of sentences that are given above into one sentence. The first sentence is, I met Hari, he had just returned. I met Hari, who has just returned. I have found the pen, I had lost the pen. It can be combined into one sentence. I have found the pen which I had lost. Here is the book. You lent me the book. Here is the book that you lent me. So here we have combined the sentences or the pair of sentences by using pronouns who, which, and that. So we can say these are relative pronouns. The relative pronouns who has different forms of accusative and genitive cases. They can also be singular or plural. For example, nominative case can be who, genitive case or possessive case can be whose, and accusative or objective case can be whom or who. So we can say the relative pronoun which has the same form for nominative and accusative case do also exist. So the relative pronoun that has the same form in singular and plural and in the nominative and accusative or objective case, it has no genitive case, is the first pronoun, which is who. Similarly, the relative pronoun, what is used only in the singular and has the same form in the nominative and accusative case, it is the second pronoun, which is which. Let's have a look in detail at the use of the relative pronouns. The word who, which, and that are relative pronouns. As a general rule, who is used for persons only. It may refer to a singular or plural pronoun. The man who is honest is trusted. Blessed is he who has found his books, or who has found his work. He prayeth best, who loveth best. He who hesitates is lost. He never fail, who die in great cause. These are the examples of different relative pronouns who, which, and that. Now let's have a look in detail use of the relative pronouns, which is used for things without life, for animals. It may refer to singular or plural nouns. Here are some examples. The moment which is lost forever. The book which help you most are those which make you think most. The horse which I recently bought is an Arab. Again, the relative pronoun that is used for persons and things. So we can say who is used only for persons, while that is used for both categories, person and things. It may refer to a singular or plural noun. And similarly, that has no genitive case. It is never used with prepositions preceding. This is the boy that I told you of. I know the house that he lives in. Uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. I have lost the watch that you gave me. So, in these examples, that is used both for persons and things. And another thing, important thing, is that that has no possessive case and that is never used with the prepositions that precede it. Here is again an activity that is designed for you. You have to fill in the blanks with suitable relative pronouns. And you would think by your own self which pronoun would be most suitable for these blanks from the relative category of the pronouns. Students, it's over for today's lecture. And what is important is you have to keep it in mind that do all your activities in your notebook. Before reading today's lecture, you have to again revise three categories of possessive, genitive, subjective, and objective categories of noun. They are equal for the pronouns as well. Thank you, students.